The
Okay, happy Monday, guys. We've got Nick over here in his suit and tie and suit pants. It's really cool. So we're gonna run around and see how everyone's doing, and then try and schedule see who needs to do demos this week and see if we can schedule those. I know for a fact that from my side, we've got the Civil Action cover sheet ready to demo. That's going to be the first demo for that one, so it's going to be a bit of a longer one, maybe an hour. So I think perhaps we do that one on Wednesday. I just need to check with Lance because I know he's in DC this week. So that'll be that one. Who else needs to do, has everybody done their first demo now? Yeah? So everything from here on out is going to be second demos. Okay. Okay. Well, actually, no, Mike needs to demo the debt form. That'll be quick, hey, Mike?
I'm doing something today.
No, not today. I was
Okay.
just saying you haven't demoed the debt form that you were preparing, right?
Yeah, I'm ready to do that whenever.
And that's not a long form. That'll take quick sticks, right?
Yeah, it's like maybe 6 question stops.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so that's Wednesday, and I'm ready for your guys' criticism. Let's throw it all back. Okay, so I'm just gonna go around and see how everyone's doing. So we've got Nick speaking for Nick and Jack.
Yeah, so we're still implementing the changes that we like the critiques that we got. We're working on the logic and kind of adding in the pages to make it like basically like what Michelle talked about not needing as much. Anyway, but yeah, so we're doing that.
And as you said, you'll be a little bit more available after this week. And then perhaps maybe you could just reach out to Jack and see how he's doing, where he's at. He's not on the school right now. And then maybe I'll just message you two both and just check in and see, because if you need any assistance or Teaching Tuesday, for example, if you have a question, I can always ask it if you're not available in that slot. And then you can watch the video later. Okay. So that's Nick and Jack. Good job. Can't wait to see the second demo for you guys. Okay, and then Sam, Eric, and no Mark, but Sam, Eric, and Mark.
Mark is studying for his NPRE right now.
Oh, right. Vinny, you also, isn't that Wednesday?
Wednesday. Well, you can choose either Tuesday or Wednesday. I chose Wednesday.
Okay. I would too. Yeah. Okay, cool. Sorry. So Sam and Eric, how are you guys going?
Going great. Caroline gave us some good resources on how to categorize expenses and kind of what their priority is. So in a smart way to be thinking about them so that when they're presented to the user, it makes sense and it's good. And then I'm on GitHub. I now have push authority, which is great.
Do you guys do any calculations in your financial statement?
Yes.
So Michelle taught me a really cool trick for like informally testing those calculations. And so anybody else who has calculations or, you come across calculations, I was just kind of putting in 1, 2, 3 into each respective field. And Michelle suggested that instead of that, you put $1, $10, $100, $1,000, so that when it adds up, you can quickly see which one isn't getting added, as opposed to having to doing maths at the back. And it saves a lot of time. So that was a really beneficial tip. Anybody else who's doing addition or any kind of calculations there, it's a very helpful one. So if you guys are doing informal testing when you're just running through to make sure that the calculations are working, that's a way that you can do it. And then, okay, so is there anything else that you need from us, or are you just going to keep kind of chipping away at the suggestions?
I think we're good. I don't know about you, Sam, but
Yeah, I'm just chipping away.
We're ready. Yeah.
Okay. Would you guys be ready for another demo at any point?
At any point? I'm sure at some point.
Okay, at some point this week?
This week?
Actually, by the end of the week, I can see us probably getting through these. Potentially.
Okay, well,
I
why
mean, we
don't
don't
we
need
get,
to finish it by the next demo, right? You just want us to show it again.
yeah, and show your progress and see,
Yeah.
kind of the next iteration. Okay, so I'll check in with you guys on a Wednesday and see where you're at and whether we can schedule that
Perfect.
year next week.
Then we'll try to fix like one major thing, and then we can at least demo that.
Perfect. Good job, guys. Okay, and yeah, wish Mark good luck on his MPRE. Anyone else writing the MPRE except for Vinny? No. Okay. Okay, Aubrey, Blake, and Matt.
Hey,
Hi.
I don't know if you saw my screen first, but so we're kind of like divided on tasks starting this morning. Basically, Michelle is doing some side projects with Aubrey, and Aubrey's she recently fixed something with our code that was kind of perplexing. And then me and Matt are preserving a lot of like the reasoning behind our project before we leave for school.
Yeah.
And then we're also kind of creating more issues in GitHub for the people that come to it later, just so they know what still needs to be done.
Okay, perfect. That's a very good point that we actually need to start thinking about is for people who are going to have to hand over their projects. Kind of undertaking what Blake and Matt are doing in documenting what they've done so far and what still needs to be done. Perhaps we can mention that in the management meeting today, and then we'll speak a little bit about that tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, and Michelle did show us how to do the issues, but we're happy to get on a meeting with other people and show them because it's really like a 10-minute thing.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Thank you very much for that offer. Sure, we will take you up on that. Okay, and then Mike, how's it going with you and Tyler on the TRO? Is there any line? I think you were waiting for something from Caroline, maybe, or
Yeah, we're just waiting on Caroline's readability edits.
Caroline? Will you get on that this week by any chance?
Yeah, sorry, I meant to do it this weekend, but all of a sudden I got hit with like 15 readability projects.
No, don't worry.
So,
What happens when you're the best?
yeah, hardly.
Okay, so if you could do that this weekend, then Mike, do you have is that those debt forms, are those keeping you busy?
Yeah, I'm doing the COVID one right now, so that's taking up my time.
There were some questions that Matt raised about before we even get into it, and so that we spent quite a bit of time talking about that and what we're going to do. Mike, did you see my branch to your consumer debt form readability edits? Did you see that?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. So I pushed that over the weekend.
Okay.
But I needed to get. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I think I'd forked. Right. No, I did a pull. Michelle worked with me, so before I could get permission. Anyway, it was a little bit of a delay, so I forked it and then did a pull request to your repository. So we need to figure out how. Next step is you need to be able to see those. So you'll see there's a pull request to your repository. That's on the consumer one.
Okay.
If you're not sure where to find them, let me know. But it's in that top bar where it's like code, issues, and there's pull requests, and there'll be a little number next to it that says 1.
And
so we can go over that.
And that needs to be working for me to push the housing one. I think I've pushed one housing. I'm not sure if I've got permission to the housing vacate default judgment repository. I may have already pushed a small readability edit there, but I'm not sure.
Maybe something, I know a few people have had that problem. Maybe David and I can just run through all of the repositories and make sure that they all have right permission for the teams.
Okay.
I actually might do that when we're on the call.
Yeah, that'd be really helpful. Thanks.
Okay, so then we've got Vinny and Mia.
Yeah, so we've just been updating our code. I've been working a lot with Aubrey on the review screens, and then we're just still getting those ironed out before we begin testing on those.
Okay, perfect. If you need any help testing, you know the drill, put it in the channel, and if people will reach out. Okay, and then last but not least, with Jason and James on the complaint for contempt.
Yeah, so we've been just making the updates based on our demo we had last Thursday. So I think in the next like day or two, we should have everything like reworked and be able to like start setting up the next like or the test for the updated code.
Okay, perfect. And then would you want to do another demo before you start setting up those tests, just in case there are any minor changes that we want to make?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, so perhaps we could do, on Thursday, we could do 30 minutes with you and 30 minutes with Mike.
All right, perfect.
Okay. Perfect. Another thing is that I put in the main channel a task that we're looking for some help with. We've got one team member who's volunteered already. We are looking for some people to assist us in finding how other states are dealing with the 209A restraining order, in particular the affidavit. So if you could just have a look at that message in the group, and if you're interested in doing some research for us, then you know, kind of finding yourself with a bit of a loose end, you're more than welcome to jump on that. You can just message me, or you can message in the thread. And I think Caroline's already put some helpful information in there. But we'll be able to help you out. Basically, you can just message and say, I'm interested in that, and we will set you up.
Yeah, I just threw my notes, and I just threw a comprehensive list in there. So if you need help just interpreting what that means, I'm happy to help you with that. It just seems that you guys wouldn't even know. I mean, you guys wouldn't even know that these things already exist. So there already is a. I mean, Quentin, do you think there are many other interviews on any other platform? Maybe some. You think that's probably it, right?
I think that's probably it. That's the ones that. Well, actually, I take that back. But we're not necessarily worrying about
the Arizona
as much
one
as we are the forms themselves. It might be even more helpful for the court to see that there are just the state forms have those breakdowns. That's what I was thinking.
I think the forms,
not the
forms themselves.
Yeah, if they are standardized forms, which I think they are probably in most states for family law.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Perhaps
yeah, that was my thought.
Yeah. Perhaps what I could do is, I said we've already got one team member on this who's indicated her interest. Is there anybody else on this call who would be interested in undertaking that research task? You can allocate as much or as little time as you have available. I'm going to give 20 seconds to answer.
Have we lost Eleni? Has she gone back to wherever, or is she still around?
No, she's still around. She is. I'll message her privately. I'll tag her in that one because she is a great researcher.
Because I also have a substantive legal issue I need researching that I didn't get around to posting.
Okay, perfect. I'll message her about that. Okay, perfect.
I can volunteer for that as well.
Thanks, Mia.
Oh, thanks, Mia.
For the substantive one or for the 209A?
Either, I guess.
Okay. I will. Well, then we'll have. If Eleni's keen, then we'll have 3 people on that. So I think that's more than enough, and we can split it up, and maybe someone can take Caroline's task. Okay, guys, thank you so much, and to Dr. Taltos over there. Bye, guys.